Join Chris Myers. That's tomorrow. Well, it's championship week on ESPN. 24 automatic tickets available for the tournament. Coverage continues tonight following SportsCenter. It's the MAAC title at stake.
ESPN's championship week continues from Albany, New York, where a frenzied crowd will be cheering the Siena Saints in their first ever MAAC championship game. Their task will be formidable against the #1 seed Iona Gales. It's the Metro Atlantic Athletic Championship next.
Why do I come out here? Because the playing field's level, but the stairs never are. Because if I can't get frost-brewed Coors Light to the fans cold, those guys in the Rockies roast that place to nothing. So I scale concrete every night. Because somewhere there's a guy eating peanuts or some nachos, and he's thinking of me. Coors Light! Coors Light!
Winter in New England. Virginal, untouched, undisturbed, the way it was meant to be.
Let's rip it.
If you want to take on Sugarloaf, Attitash, Mount Snow, and any of these other great mountains of the American Skiing Company, take out your Visa card. Because none of the ticket windows at these 6 mountains take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
With ESPN magazine coming out, I really hope they take every precaution to avoid the coveraging situation. It's something that's plagued me my entire career. Tiger beat in '93, I sprained my ankle. Model Railroader '96, I went into a 5-game slump. Cat Fancy almost ended my career. I know one thing, I'm never doing Cat Fancy again.
Cactus League action today in the desert. Randy Johnson went 3 innings, struck out 4. The Mariners beat the A's 9-2. Angels and Giants, a slugfest, 11-10 Anaheim. Jeff Kent homered in that game. The Diamondbacks break up the Diamondbacks, 7-4 over the Brewers. Travis Lee went deep, and the Padres doubled up on the Rockies, 8-4. Pedro Estacio tossed 3 scoreless innings.
Final look at the day's lead stories now. Day 1 of the Mo Vaughn drunk driving trial outside Boston. Trial should be over tomorrow, and Vaughn should be back in uniform in spring training by Wednesday. They're not going to be double-teaming Andre Rison anymore in Kansas City. The Chiefs signed free agent wide receiver Derek Alexander to a reported 5-year, $17 million contract. And Bob Knight's still waiting to hear if he's going to be suspended for the first game of the Big Ten tournament after that verbal outburst against a referee last week. He is not expecting a suspension.
That's going to do it for us. Next SportsCenter after tonight's Missouri Valley Conference Championship game with Kenny Mann and Gary Miller. For Chris McKendry, I'm Larry Beal.
And I'm Charlie Steiner. Up next, Championship Week continues from the MAAC.
Richmond has won the championship.
Davidson is going dancing.
And welcome to Championship Week presented by 7-Up. 11 automatic bids decided by the end of the night. Chris Fowler along with Digger Phelps. And we're joined by, as we get you to tip off for the Metro Atlantic Championship game, an alumnus of that conference. Fran Fischilla, of course, now with St. John's, but took Manhattan to the NCAA tournament twice out of that conference. You know what Iona coach Tim Welch is going through. A favorite expected to beat tonight to Siena.
Chris, his head is exploding as game time starts because there's so much on the line. They've spent 7 months getting ready for this. They've been the favorite. They think they might be in, but you don't know, and so this is a very important game for them.
Well, especially up and all, because Colin Weaver in the overtime game at Iona, he had 20 points. He only won 1 for 8 last night against Manhattan. Should be a big matchup. Albany will be wild for this one.
You know it's tough to beat Siena up in there. Meanwhile, there are two other automatic bids on ESPN decided tonight in the Missouri Valley Conference, Illinois State, and then in the West Coast Conference, San Francisco and Gonzaga.
News 10, doing what you've come to expect from the new #1 evening news station. Reporting the news, not creating it. What a novel idea.
ABC tonight. I miss you. Great. Bobby could lose the two most important women in his life. One he must protect from a killer.
Don't let him intimidate you. I won't.
If that guy gets off, he could blame Rebecca.
He could blame me. You ever think about that?
And for the other, he'll put his heart out on the line.
If it's really dead, I'll walk out the door. Tell me.
An unforgettable all-new practice. ABC tonight.
Tonight on ABC 10. Then stay tuned for News 10 at 11. At News 10, we understand how important an accurate forecast is to you and your family. That's why we dedicate the people and the technology to bring you the most complete weather coverage. Meteorologists Steve Caparizzo, Andy Gregorio, and Heidi Jones with coverage you can depend on. Turn to the News 10 Doppler weather team on ABC 10, your official winter weather station.
I'm Dan Patrick. Good night.
7-Up. Nice. You know you get great lemon lime taste with 7-Up?
And you can get great prizes in 7-Up's Reach for More game. Collect labels and game pieces from specially marked packages of 7-Up. Starting March 1st, watch ESPN's Championship Week to match dance, prizes, and win.
And if you're a grand prize winner, you and 6 friends could win a trip to New York City, a tour of ESPN studios. And when the day's over, you might have won yourself a new best friend.
This is Unit 21, Hustle Boy basketball game in progress.
Yo, Unit 10 on the way.
What's up, dog?
How's it going?
What's up?
Right, you have a front now?
The job of the funk police is never done.
ESPN's presentation of Championship Week is presented by 7-Up. 7-Up and your local 7-Up bottler invite you to try the crisp new taste of 7-Up. And in part by HP. The power of imaging now belongs to people. Hewlett-Packard, expanding possibilities.
Championship Week continues on ESPN, presented by 7-Up. It continues from Albany, New York. Tonight, the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference Championship game. And you couldn't ask for a better setup. The #1 seed, Iona Gales, taking on the 3 seed and host Siena College Saints. Here's how they got to this point. Iona with wins there to get in the first couple of rounds in the semifinals, knocking off Loyola, and Siena with a thriller over Manhattan. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Sims along with Bill Raftery. Good to have you with us. The atmosphere, Billy, is fabulous here for this ball game. And Iona Ball Club, 3 times regular season champion. Can they get over the hump tonight and get to the NCAA tournament?
Well, we'll find out shortly. I believe they had a wonderful year. 15-game winning streak. They beat 2 Big East teams. This is a solid basketball team. Tempo is very important to this club. Hameen is the individual, the ability to penetrate, rebound, excellent one-on-one player. They're going to have to make sure the half-court offense is in sync.
Siena's been a great story. First-year coach Paul Hewitt has them in some terrific shape in terms of statistics. They're in 5 major categories where they are first in the Metro Atlantic Conference. There you have it. Scoring, free throws, 3-point percentage, assists, and steals. They like the up-tempo.
Well, they're an explosive team, a little bit like Rick Pitino. They watched them play when he was at Villanova. Paul Hewitt, they can turn you over and cause some problems.
There's Paul Hewitt out of St. John Fisher, 5 years, an assistant at Villanova. A look at the starting lineups. The Nike starting lineups for Paul Hewitt's Siena Ball Club. Jim Cantamessa. He is a terrific 3-point shooter. How good? He's #1 in the country at 57.9%. For the Iona Gales, coached by Timmy Welch, John McDonald leads them from the point. He was very large last night in the semifinal win over Loyola, and he is having a great year. Tim Welch, 3rd season Iona, 3 straight 20-plus win seasons.
And Fran knows how it feels, too. He's been in this conference. I'm glad he's in there to help Digger explain a few things to him.
And check this out. For Iona, trailed for just 11 seconds in the 40 minutes in the MAAC tournament. Can't get more impressive than that.
knocked off Marist 76-55, defeated Loyola 69-58. The officials for tonight's game: Artie McDonald, Mike Kitts, and Bob Adams. And Bill Raftery, we've been lucky enough to be up here now. 5th time in 7 years. We expect yet another thriller.
Absolutely. And you see the little setup now. 2-3 zone with man principles.
And Hamid, after a couple of passes, Iona's on the board.
Kasif, the ability inside, and this team is an excellent offensive team. Siena, an uptick team, likes to push. A lot of they throw a little Princeton stuff at you. Excellent screening team.
Here's Dieters, headed blocked.
How about Hamid out of the gate? Kasif for the block, and he gets out on the leak.
Hamid lays it up, a little short. Dieters got a piece of it. It'll be Iona ball.
Now, Iona generally dictates tempo against most clubs, but this is a concern of Timmy Welsh, to make sure they control half court. Dump downs like this, nice post position. Little kiss at the end, gets him on the board.
John McDonald, the transfer from Loyola, Maryland. And a pretty good floor leader. Good distributor. Took the game over last night. They were up 14. Lead got down to 5. He made a bunch of plays like that. Right down the middle, John McDonald, 4-0 Iona.
How tough is that runner, huh? No glass, no help. Iona straight up, Dave Sims, minute.
Here's Brady. Melvin out of Gainesville, Florida. Here's the lock low. Driving is Faison. Can't get it. Taken down by Kirksey. Tariq Kirksey. Teeing up is Ivo Krista. He can't get it. McDonald rebound. Nice feed for the jam.
Wow. How about the beginning for Kasif?
Kasif Hamid out of nearby Schenectady, New York. And it's quiet with this crowd. It's 6-0 Iona.
And that's an important aspect, too. Controlling the audience. And nice little penetration and a kickback.
Dave Dieters, the 6'10 sophomore with the bucket. There's the pressure now by Siena.
Attack it once in a while if you don't have anything settled. That's what Timmy wants to do.
Mitchell dialing up a 3. He's got it. Iona on fire to start out here in the MAAC championship, up 9-2.
I'll tell you, he can shoot some big-time threes as well.
Ositsky in the corner. Rebound to Freeney.
Nice scoring the post.
Siena with a 17-11 record. Deep bomb by Faison. The drop does not go for him. And here comes Kirksey the other way for Iona. Kirksey takes it in deep and a foul. Right in the middle, it's on Marcus Faison.
How about the sock on Tariq? Did you check that out? I asked him if he was a Yankee fan. He's got the blue and white. Jeff Rowland said he's a fan of Dr. Zeus.
Tariq Kirksey, sophomore out of the Bronx, New York, went to Rice High School. And he's played well against Siena in the 2 games. He had 20.7 rebounds in the first meeting, and 16-5 the second time around. His look at the Dr. Seuss look.
He may have a licensing problem with George Steinbrenner with that look. He's got a lot of juice. Now, this team is very relaxed, I thought, for the pressure involved.
And Kirksey, 65% at the line. And Iona, hot start. Only missed 2 shots. And they're up 11-2.
And if they can play good, solid man-to-man, they feel they played well against Loyola. Make Siena use some clock.
Inside, Canamess driving hard. Spin move doesn't work. Taken down by Hamid. And Iona just getting it done in every category. Kirksey hard to the hole. Flip is no good. And taken out by Colin Weaver, who's in the game. Here's Scott Knapp.
Pretty good offensive player. Nice dive to the box. Oh, no. I like that little play. Knapp, a little small change as Colin Weaver just puts a little shoulder.
So Weaver picks up his first foul. Big crowd here tonight at Pepsi Arena. Homestanding Siena Saints. First time they're in the championship in the MAAC.
This is not far from Digger's home, and no one asked about it. Very disappointed. He'll be depressed. Little half court. They move the pressure points. Real solid team. Paul Ewart did a magnificent job with this program this year. No one expected this.
Not at all. They're picked to finish 9th in this 10-team league. Preston.
Little piece, a little deflection. I was usually picked to finish 9th, and they were right. Unfortunately, this time around for Siena, 9th in a 10-team conference. That's where they were picked. They finished 9-18 last year, 4-10 in the MAAC. They turned it around and go 17-11, 10-8. Siena defensively last in the conference, but first in offense. Which would you rather, huh? Most coaches would say today, a little straight up Minuteman.
Mitchell, high off the glass, too strong. And taken down by Freeney, little guy leading the break.
Nice balance, though, and you got to get up on Contamessa. What a great outside shooter.
He's missed a couple.
But all inside, though. He's within his range. He's got to move out.
Hamid with the rebound. McDonald right in the face. Ooh, drills it. Scott Knapp saw McDonald just bury one right in his face. 14-2.
And no hand up, Dave.
Crowd is shocked here in Albany, New York.
A little turnover here.
A nice effort, but they get it right back. Freeney's got it back.
Little trap. Nice reaction. Oh, is that Ebo with the interception? They're going to walk. Not bad.
And a travel before the contact. So Siena will take over.
Melvin Freeney with a real heads-up play in the open court area caused the difficulty. Right now, Paul's got to get composure within his club.
Yeah. Brandon Fields, number 34, just checked in for Paul Hewitt.
He's going to go for the 20. He's not going to wait for the TV timeout. It's early, it's important, and you don't want to see it go quickly.
14-2, Iona. Siena Ball Club in their first MAAC final. Paul Hewitt, 34 years old, born in Kingston, Jamaica, grew up in Long Island, went to Westbury High School.
Ended up coaching there, right? And later on at Villanova, Fordham, USC, Post, he has been around. And what I love most was hearing him talk about, his first camp was Georgetown as a kid. The second time he went to a camp was Providence. Rick Pitino was there. Now, how about those high-pressure philosophies?
Yeah.
Go get him, chuck, duck, press the ball. And what he did when he took this program over at Villanova, Kentucky played them so well. It was tight early, 21-21, I think, and they just blew them out from conditioning. He had his kids run 400s, 300s, 200s, and 50s to get themselves in shape in the inside gym. They can go all night.
Canamessa said, hey, the practices were so tough, the games were like a day off. Jim Sekretarski right here with the ball, number 20. Good shooter from the outside. Senior, Paul Hewitt wants to get to that NCAA tournament for him because senior group. He's only senior, not experienced postseason play.
It's a great man-to-man right now by Iona, and that could drill those, but he didn't have much time. Good hustle by Fields.
4 on the shot clock. That was blocked. Iona takes over, and they get a foul on Siena. And everything going Iona's way.
That might be Fields, too.
Got a timeout on the floor. 15:25 to go first half. All Iona thus far in the MAAC title game.
See what I mean? Yep. You better update the manual. What do you mean it's going to take 5 months?
Well, first we got to order the paper, then we got to order the ink. Choose a typeface, layout, color separation, font size, proofs. We're not even talking about collating yet.
You better update the manual.
There's business as usual, and there's e-business as usual. HP, expanding possibilities.
Snowfox 2-1, this is Snowfox Base.
Snowfox 2-1, go ahead, over.
Weather closing in 2-1, get back now.
This is for Drill Sergeant McCardle, who showed me what it takes to be a leader, and for myself, to become one.
We've asked the coaches of champions to taste the breakfast of champions.
It tastes great. I don't remember them tasting this good. Yeah, they're very crunchy. I like my cereal with a lot of milk, and these hold up great.
The championship taste of Wheaties.
You better eat your Wheaties.
Oh, my, that was a devastating punch. The champ knocked him into next week.
You never know in life.
It's all over for the kid.
You might need health insurance.
It's going to be a while before we see him in the ring again.
You might need long-term care insurance.
But don't forget, folks, the kid is leaving here tonight with a $2 million purse.
You might need help with investments.
That should ease his pain some.
So at the Conseco Companies, our goal is to help you protect wealth, create wealth for life.
Championship week continuing here on ESPN, presented by 7-Up. It's Iona here in the MAAC championship, and Iona 3 straight MAAC titles, 12-0 at home, 9 players, 10+ They want to get to the NCAA tournament. Haven't been there in a while. Haven't been there since '85. The Siena capsule led the NCAA in free throw shooting. Led the MAAC in scoring on 7 losses. Close. Jason Young in at the point now. That nice little play to post up by Kirksey and Phil Grant, who was large last night. Pretty good defender. Had a little step here. Sekretarski trying to get it back. Here comes Grant. Look at the numbers. Nice defensive play. 3-on-1 here. Back comes Freeney with Sekretarski. The trailers. Weaver blew the layup. Taken back by Fields. He got hacked by Young. Smart play by Young. Boy, they mishandled that fast break. Oh, you love those numbers. Should have had an easy layup at the end. Defensively, solid play at the other end as Siena was able to turn it up. You can see Young just making sure. Incidentally, he played for Ed Schilling, who's now the Wright State coach. Assistant with the New Jersey Nets at one point. And raised 5-star kids. Works now as a counselor. Brandon Fields, junior out of Houston, Texas. 76% at the line. Real aggressive player. He sure is. Little post-up game, little turnaround jumper down in the box. They've got to get something out of their pressure, I think. Make free throws, you can set it up. Kirksey with another rebound for Iona. So you got Young and McDonald in the backcourt. Grant up front with Kirksey and Hamid for Iona. Reed trying to post up. McDonald left room. Can't get the roll, and Fields rebound. What a nice job by Timmy Walsh. He's got everybody back, addressing the penetration. Freeney in some trouble momentarily. Siena's going to run their stuff. Ooh. Did you see that underneath? Little discard with Weaver. Weaver got his man up in the air, and a foul on Kashif Hamid. Kashif was airborne. That's the one guy I think that can give him a post presence in there. Weaver, good around the rim, tips. I happen to see the game at Iona, and what a competitive game. You see the ability in low here. Just get him up, string him out. Hopefully you can get a chance for 3. But they went after one other overtime game, Dave. It was solid basketball. February 1st game, that at Iona. 83-82, Iona wins that one. There's Weaver, 78% on the season from the line, misses. Second game, February 11th, up here at Iona, 104-92. Siena wins that one.
Going away, huh? A little bit of an advantage playing here for Paul Hewitt as well, but in that home game, Kirksey hit 2 free throws in the overtime to clinch it, so they were wire to wire with one another.
Weaver, 7 points, 3 rebounds last night. Makes it a 16-4 game. 1-2-2. Look at the post. Grant drifts. Get it across to Young. This is Hamid. Young will let her rip. The Indiana kid can't get it. Rebound. Goes to Hamid. The zone gave them problems. The foul line has been open a little bit. Kirksey with a little shove. I said a lot of the losses, games where they did not play well, as Hamid turns it over on the travel. Trying to spin that way. You know, you really got to pry with the dribble against the zone, but pick it up, concede they're going to cover. Siena drought. Last 4.5. Forced him to catch it real wide. They go inside. Weaver, double team. Knapp shooting better off the dribble of late. A real good catch and shoot that. Get it inside. Fields operating. Left hand, can't get it. Everything but it. Breaks out for Iona. Paul Hewitt, a big proponent of the hook shot. Worked a lot on that down in Iona. Here's Hamid, baseline, in traffic. Left it to him. That was very easy. Nakia Miller with his first bucket. Knapp lets her rip from deep, and he got it. Oh, he is extraordinary from the outside. Just needs a little space. No hands. Knocks it down. He's 38% from deep. That was his 73rd of the season. Miller inside. Contact, no call. Over the back. Iona. Hamid. That's his second. They got a little run going right now. Crowd back into the game with 12:50 to go. Iona with an 18-7 lead. Timmy's going to counter with Donnell Mitchell just to calm things down.
They've definitely got to show defensively. They worked hard on going over the Siena stuff this morning. Here's Knapp going against Young. Kraut trying to get back into it. Knapp has hit one, goes up off glass, can't get it, but he'll shoot two at the line. The foul on Jason Young. That'll be his second. Don't forget, Championship Week continues, presented by 7-Up, the Midwest Collegiate Conference Championship, 7:30. It's Wisconsin, Green Bay against Butler. And then it's South Alabama and Southwest Louisiana in the Sun Belt Conference Championship, all coming your way tomorrow. These games part of Championship Week presented by 7-Up. You mentioned Knapp improving with the dribble. He knows how to get to the foul line. And just that ability, whether it's with the bounce or to attract people outside, just extraordinary range. With the MAAC all-rookie team, 89% from the line, and a real good feel for the game. And they go 1-2-2 again. Now trying to urge the defense on for Siena. 18-9, Iona. Mitchell trapped with a 10-second violation. Turnover. Mitchell didn't go with anything in mind. Was passive. And also McDonald drifted so far away. He's got to stay back so they can quickly reverse and then use the speed dribble.
Siena is an explosive team. The number one scoring team, as we mentioned. Number two, Iona. Both teams score in the 80s. There's Knapp trying to get it back. In and out. Nice hustle. Rebound, block, and a foul. It's Faison creating again. He was the hero last night. And the win against the Manhattan Jaspers.
Miller in the middle on the one end on the offensive, this time a little delinquent as he tags at the end. This one goes halfway down. You can see the reluctance there to get out on Knapp. And that's something that you give him those open looks, Dave. He's, I mean, that's money.
Faison, 7th in the MAAC conference in free throw shooting this year. 80%. First team all-MAAC performer, and way short on that one.
You know,
sophomore out of Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Dave, where he is tough is in that trap. He's got long arms, plays the passing lanes well, and that generates offense. So they're an uptick team. How about that for pulling the battle box?
First team all-MAAC. Got it done this year. You saw Ivo Cresta return to action for Phil Grant for Iona. In and out. And a rebound goes to Iona. Mitchell's going to bring it up this time.
Not only the miss, but they can't get into the press. That's a major thing for Siena.
Still the 1-2-2. Iona with a quick start built this big lead. Mitchell up top with Preston. Letting it rip from the corner for three. Nice and calm as Tariq Kirksey. Well, 39% from deep. 21-9, right?
Freaky Ty was looking for a kiss. That was all straight on.
Greeny baseline and a block sent back. Dieters is there. Dieters, no. Rebound to McDonald. That thing up, well, good balance now. Kirksey pulls up. Dieters, rebound for Siena. And through the hands, let's see. It'll be a turnover. They say it went off of Freeney's hands on the deflection. Ball made by Bob Adams. Got a timeout on the floor, 11:28 to go. And Siena's still looking to get into double figures, trailing 21-9.
With its unique wide-track design, the wide-track Grand Prix Sports Sedan provides better cornering and control when you're out for a bite. The wide-track Grand Prix by Pontiac. Wider is better.
Is this the secret to 7-Up's crisp new taste? We'll never tell. Try the crisp new taste of 7-Up. It's everything you'll like about 7-Up, just more of it. 7-Up, now with a crisp new taste.
That's me, Bill. Here we are at the Super 8. For reservations, call 1-800-800-8000.
According to the FBI, 54% of all computer network espionage is done by disgruntled employees. Chairman gets a $500,000 bonus. I get a 3% raise. Okay.
So, who's watching your network?
MAAC championship game, Iona on top big early on here from Albany. And Sports Zone Men's Tournament Challenge presented by Pizza Hut. Enter the world's largest internet tournament for a chance to win a trip to the 1999 Men's Championship weekend and great prizes from Pizza Hut. Log on to ESPN.com to fill out your bracket Sunday, March 8th through 11:30 a.m. Thursday, March 12th. Then log back on to see how your picks match up against the hoop fans from around the world.
And a little double tick, got the ball back to Iona. Wide open is Kirksey, and he hit a three. Wow. Tariq Kirksey's second three tonight. 24-9 Iona. And he's shooting 50 for the year from outside, 38 from three. This is what's impressed me the most. To me, Welsh's defense, solid versus their jury, an outstanding coach. I'm sure watching the bailout pass.
Osinski on the pass from Canamessa. And finally, Siena in double figures, Ref.
Well, good teams find people on a bailout pass. Staff members up at Syracuse with Jimmy Boeheim. I'm sure you got a few funny stories out of that trip.
Mitchell baseline, Jeff, a little strong on that one. They keep it alive. Siena had it, coming right at us, and here comes Osinski. Sweeney gonna let her rip. In and out, second time. Dieter's on the board to count it.
And that's just all-out hustle. The big guy dive into the 10. And everybody from Iona sort of faced, went under the rim, got themselves caught. Everything's fine here. They get back, settle, challenge. And look at the two yellow shirts. Devers, no body on him. Nobody stepped back, just got under the rim. Very important when you're shooting deep shots to run down Erwin tosses.
Here's 6'10", 210 from Elk Grove, Illinois. Can't get that one. Here comes Iona.
A lot of these guys can handle Iona. You notice that? All the perimeter people.
McDonald like a blur. Baseline. Gets in there. Can't get it. Canamessa with the rebound. Good-looking drive by McDonald. Did everything but score. Oh, quick. Freeney trying to get it back. In the corner. That was Stewart.
Good kick out here.
They got a breakout with Kirksey. Kirksey to the hole. Got creamed from behind.
They're going to give two. I wonder.
And let's
just
see.
two. Just two.
Where the young man is. Kirksey really took a pop here.
He was counting that, send it in. He wanted to jam that baby. But you can see a nice little kick out pass. Evo on the money. Lets him run underneath it.
Sweeney's foul his first. 8 points, 5 rebounds for Tariq Kirksey. He's played well here in the MAAC tournament. Had 20 points and 10 rebounds against Marist. And came back with 12 points and 7 rebounds against Loyola last night.
He was raving about Rice. When he was going to the city, somebody said, Christ the King. Bobby Oliva's team. MAAC all rookie team last year.
Pretty good year. 4th in rebounding, 2nd leading scorer.
The problem for Richie Pett, the Triciani, is they're not going to be able to get games. They start playing like Princeton. You get so good, people don't want to play you. Part of the dilemma. Rutgers this year and Providence, both handles.
And the MAAC as a whole, Ref, did a good job this year. They improved their RPI from 21 to 12. Good win. Ryder over College of Charleston down there. Weaver blocked, though. Nice block.
Great play, negated.
Mark Bedmore.
He can get up, too. Serious hops.
44-inch vertical leap, and he showed it right there.
I saw you jumping rope today. It's not 44.
No.
Feel more like 4.
That's it. Cresta teeing it up. Front rim and Canamessa. Rebound. Here comes Knapp.
You got to step up on him.
Freeney takes it in a little bit closer, and he's got it.
And that's because you step up on Knapp, opens up the passing lane. Good little counter.
So here's the press now by Siena. And a kick ball by Osinski. They get a new clock. An 11-point lead for the Iona Gales.
Freeney right here, the beneficiary of Knapp being played honestly. able to knock that one down and get right into the pressure on made field goals. Iona hasn't done a real efficient job handling the pressure three-quarter court.
Got McDonald and Jason Young now in the backcourt. Here's Young. Up top to Dunmore. 20 on the shot clock. McDonald penetrates, throws it up. There's contact. They're going to offensive foul.
And that happens when you've got a little bit of a game, though. You can over-create without something in mind, and you can't take that away from a player. He gets into seams, creates contact. That's one where you try and jump stop, make the dish.
First foul on John McDonald. So Freeney in the backcourt. Brandon Fields on the floor. Faison, Sekretarski, and Colin Weaver for the Siena Saints. They trailed the entire game.
They really run their stuff beautiful. That was a little back cut to the screen across.
Faison, little of everything. Hit it wide. Dunmore and Miller in there, guarding that goal nicely inside. They try to get it.
And not a good look there. Not a good judgment. Fortunately, get the basketball back.
Field goal story, Iona having a much better way right now. Both teams shooting the threes very well, and the 2-point rebound hit goes to Iona to this point.
Straight up man-to-man. They're looking to help on the box. Here comes the double.
Miller. Grant is in the game. Grant in traffic. Can't get it. And a rebound goes to Brandon Fields.
Not a bad looking move, though.
So 8 minutes, coming up on the 8-minute mark. And Siena trying to make a move, knocked away. The Fields retrieves for Siena.
Nice post defense by Nakia Miller.
Good action and screens, and Hardy McDonald catches one right there. But there's been a lot of bumping and grinding in the paint area.
Play a lot of cuts, and there's going to be a lot of exchanges, both physically and verbally, as the game progresses. But Siena, an outstanding screening team. Gets you involved. If you don't communicate, they're going to pick you apart.
1-and-1 situation now. That was the 8th team foul.
Great feeling coming into this game tonight, Dave. As you mentioned, we've been here a number of years, and just the buzz tonight.
Yeah.
And just the hometown brings it out.
Sekretarski just his 10th free throw attempt this year. He's 7 for 10. Gotta like those numbers. He's an academic all-Metro Atlantic performer, and they made them both. So Siena trying to creep back in, trailing by 9 at the 7:52 mark here in Albany.
Are you worried about changing markets, overwhelmed by investment decisions? I'm Tom Curran with First Albany. Over the years, I've helped my clients manage their money through changing economic conditions. In fact, our experienced investment group specializes in creating a long-term plan designed to guide you through today's volatile markets. Keep more of what you earn. Make more from what you invest. Call us. Put the power of the Curran Group in First Albany to work for you.
A lot of companies, we needed an on-staff counselor who could deal with people's baggage. So we thought of Fluff.
I can't believe this. Charlie. You know, when it's a dog leg left, you can't go right.
Wow.
Sometimes the out-of-bounds ball hits a tree and ends up sitting pretty in the fairway.
What the hell does that mean, Fluff? And it's not new age mumbo-jumbo. All his wisdom is golf course tested.
Going in to renegotiate my contract. What do you recommend?
Wedge?
Back here at Albany at the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference Championship game, we're pleased to be joined by the governor of the state of New York, George Pataki. Governor, good to see you.
Dave, nice being with you.
A lot of New York basketball here. You got Siena, you got Iona from New Rochelle, Loudonville. You got to be pretty pleased.
You got a great crowd, 12,000 people, all New Yorkers, and one of them's going to the NCAA, so it's going to be great.
Governor, I saw where you saved the senior citizens. This is good for Dave. 47% in taxes, so he's very happy.
He's not old
I voted for you. Well, they said sports and politics don't mix, but you can counter that.
It's just great to be at a game like this.
And, of course, Siena being the hometown favorite makes it difficult for you.
It does. I'm trying to root for both sides. I want a good, close game.
So do we. That's what we look for, too.
Talking our formula there.
Now, what is Siena playing, Governor? We're going to check your game.
Looks like a 2-3.
Ooh! You made a bigger job before this is over.
And you never attack a 2-3 from the corner. You do it from off the point.
Look out.
Now, wait, you're going to be open for criticism now because you start second-guessing the coaches.
Kia Miller with the bucket.
Now, how about Iona? What do they get?
Let me take a look. Straight man. You got to play a straight man because Siena shoots the three, and they're very good at it. So
they do screen well, don't they?
They screen very well.
What's the reaction in this area to Paul Ewitt's job?
I'll tell you, Siena's had a remarkable turnaround. He's done a tremendous job, and there's a lot of enthusiasm. You know, a few years back, Siena went 2 or 3 rounds in the NCAA, and there's a lot of feeling that that could be happening again. Maybe not this year, but soon.
Well, when that happened, you weren't running for office, though, were you?
Not for this office, no.
This is a lot of excitement, and also when you bring this tournament to Albany, what's it mean in terms of, you know, the local economy?
It's just great, Dave. You can't get a hotel room. Every place is full. The restaurants are packed, and everybody gets to see Albany, which is a great capital city. And there are 12,000 fans here tonight, and they're enjoying every minute of it in a great arena.
Part of the perks, I guess, of being governor, you don't have a problem getting seats.
Iona turns it over, and it'll be Siena ball. So 6:36 to go, and the Saints need to make a move here.
And Governor,
I watched the Duke game. They got plenty of time. This is close in comparison to Duke, North Carolina on Sunday.
The pressure defense is something that Paul Ewitt's counting on today. Little traps that make Iona play a little bit faster.
Faison let it pull up, and he got it to the hero of the semifinals. Makes it a 28-19 game.
This is where they're on the night for Faison. This is where they have their problems forcing a timeout. They've got to get the guard back, Governor, don't you think, to help him out?
Siena's doing a 2-2-1 trap. Trapping him as soon as he comes across, and they got to do something to give him an outlet.
Is it easier to deal with a zone trap than it is the legislature?
If you're tall enough, it is. It helps you throw right over it.
Governor, what about your basketball experience? You play in high school and college?
I played in high school. We had a great high school team. In fact, Elton Brand played at my high school, Peekskill High School, and that was the high point of my career. It's been politics since that day.
What was Bradley at Yale when you were in school?
He was at Princeton. Right before I was at Yale, and I used to go watch him, and I wish I could shoot like he did.
Well, I think a lot of people do.
Yeah, no question about it. Back to action here. The Gales with the ball, 28-19 as we approach 6 minutes to go. Long three, and taken down by Faison. The miss by Kirksey. And once again, Iona getting back and identifying. Bekwitarski, only senior, they get it back. Jimmy will let it rip again. Wide left. Another rebound to Siena. They're controlling the board. Oh, he missed it. He was right there.
I think he was expecting to get hit.
Yeah, Colin Weaver. McDonald counterattacking. Runner in the lane with the one hand. No. And Canamessa was wrestled down by Hamid. Good call. And Mike Kitts all over that one.
Another voter, huh? Even the referees, you're on top of. But you can see that giveaway. Real.
Watch on the right-hand side here, Ref.
Yeah, as they turn, nice check out. I think that's what frustrated him. You can see the pull and the discard.
Third foul on Hamid.
Iona's done a wonderful job getting back. There's a pretty good player, Jeff Rowland.
Oh, yeah.
Another New York guy out of Long Island.
Would have had an even better pro career if he hadn't torn up his knee. Just a tremendous basketball player.
McFilthy and McNasty. That's right. Ian Mahorn down in Washington.
I covered that series in '82 against the Celtics. I think Eastern Semis. That was a great series.
Timmy was just raving about his contributions to the program as well.
Yeah, it's great to see him back at Iona.
Tough miss by Canamessa, who's 89% from the line.
28-19, Iona. Once again, a little man-to-man switching the look. Good ball reversal. Young up top. Here's McDonald. Everybody can handle on Iona, Governor. It's really a dilemma. Kirksey being guarded by Canamessa with 8 on the shot clock as Young takes it back to reset. Going against Knapp. Here's the long shot wide left. Didn't get the rim. McDonald. And that is a shot clock violation. I just don't think they went inside at all. A lot of perimeter. Didn't attack. Had to settle deep. Well, I have an old buddy of mine, Billy Plunkett, that you're friendly with. He claims he was a great player at Holy Cross. I'm not so sure about that.
Well, he was a great lawyer when we practiced together, but I don't know about his basketball days. I think Paul Hewitt there changing up the defense has caught Iona off guard.
Now, don't get too good at this job. Governor of New York, George Pataki, joining us here at courtside. Nice play to kind of mess the ball fake. And we'll walk the floor. Miller stepped in and took the charge from Canamessa. Nice little paying attention to detail, though. Help out your partner. Canamessa with good penetration, good counter by Iona. So Iona is led by as many as 15. Paul Hewitt's club at the 450 mark. Trailing here 28-19. Last year they were in Buffalo. I think they're rotating the tournament each year. Have you been up to that beautiful building?
I haven't been up to Buffalo for the tournament yet, but if they're there next year, I'd love to go see it. I don't know where the tournament's going to be next year.
In Buffalo next year, they're going to alternate. So they take care of the folks in Western New York, represented by Canisius and Niagara.
Well, they also alternate champions. The last 6 years, they've had 6 different champions all going to the NCAA, and that's one of the good things about the MAAC is it's so competitive and so exciting.
Now, did you have a debriefing before you came over?
I follow this stuff. I love college basketball. I really did. I'm looking forward to the big dance. It's going to be very exciting.
I'd love to meet your advanced man. Governor, who do you like to win the national championship?
I'll tell you, the Duke North Carolina game was so great. Great tip.
And Governor, that happens frequently. One guy is played or help comes, the other guy's open. He can't check out. So it's down to a 7-point lead. Mitchell in trouble. The trap. Back to Miller. In the corner to Young. As they approach 4 minutes. I think Governor's right. They've changed. Stepped up to that nice little post play. That's what Iona has to do. Get it inside. But Siena Miller's got 6 points. Siena wants to get it going. Too few points for their style. Freeney back to Canamessa. Great 3-point shooter. Leads the country. Here's Freeney. And he turned it over with the travel. Governor, thank you for joining us. Good to see you.
Great.
Best of luck to you.
Enjoyed it very much.
Great.
Still
Governor
good to see you.
George Pataki of the state of New York will take a timeout with 3:44 to go. A 9-point lead for Iona here in the MAAC championship game.
What's the matter, clown boy? You need to make a call, but you don't have the change. Cheer up, Spunky, there's a way. Just use 1-800-COLLECT. It's 10 cents a minute every evening. Saves a bundle of cash, you can talk longer, too. Go ahead, make some calls. That's great. Mine's 1-800-COLLECT. 10 cents a minute every evening.
This is the new Trans Am. And it's very hungry. The muscle car lives. The new Firebird Trans Am by Pontiac.
This place is going bananas. The chiropractor with a clothesline. Ouch! Low blow. What is this? Oh, my, a boot right between the eyes. Where are the referees? This is unbelievable. It's over. Now let the daylight all over. Touching the doggies is dark. My legs are aching, my back like breaking. For the boot kills my heart like the sun.
In the Quad Cities, a Mid-Continent semifinal game, Valparaiso is the top seed. Bryce Drewer will nail the 3. They lead Buffalo. Yet another New York team trying to get closer to an automatic bid tomorrow night, guys.
All right, thank you, Chris. New York State teams trying to get into the big one.
And here, Iona in the MAAC final. The Gales had a 15-point lead. Siena Saints have knocked it down to 9. And Siena, their strength so far has eluded them. 1 for 9 from deep shooting. Iona attacking the pressure outside, pressuring the deep shot, making it a little tougher. Mitchell with a nice flash. Moving around on the outside. He's Miller's getting a good job coming in off the bench. Guarded by Messer. Mitchell with 12 in the shot clock as we approach 3 minutes. A little bit time to do the penetrating here. Yeah, he did this last night 3 times. He was almost unstoppable late. Grant teeing up for 3. He hit it. Big time late sequence. Grant, a good defender, solid player. Nice looking prospect. Nap from way outside. Can't get it. Tipped up again. 3rd time. Iona comes down with it. Grant doing a good job, and they have numbers 4 on 2. Grant to Miller. Can't get it. Rebound to Nap. Nice solid push offensively. They get back in balance. Rainey to Osinski. Short shot. He front rimmed it. Miller with another rebound. So Miller doing a good job. 2 boards off the bench tonight. And Timmy didn't like the speed the last couple of trips. Pulled it out. Hit him into a little bit of a patient set. Get over to McDonald now. Dunmore with a great leaping ability. Posting up his Grant. Turnaround baseline way strong. Kept alive. And look at that. Dunmore and 1. And I'll tell you, that was a great play by Miller, huh? Oh, did he keep it alive? How about Grant? He turned away from the trap. Now, it was a tough shot, but he went to the small guy because he knew he could elevate over, and Miller gets a piece, and then Dunmore in the right spot to knock it down. Championship week on ESPN2. March 3rd, that's tomorrow, the Mid-Continent Championship. It'll be the Valparaiso Buffalo winner against Youngstown State Oral Roberts winner. This game part of Championship week, presented by 7-Up. That's coming up tomorrow. Dunmore at the line, just 31%. You can see why. Runner-up to Rochelle Jones for Connecticut Player of the Year, though. And inside is Freeney. Able to get to the 10. And really nice job offensively sealing off the big guys so they couldn't help. There's the pressure again. McDonald, most effective Iona player against this shot. He does have quick feet, doesn't he? Oh, yeah. Kirksey up top. Help get the Gales off to the terrific start this evening. Led by as many as 15. 13 on the shot clock right now. McDonald, Mount Vernon, what do you think of Williams? Oh, yeah, absolutely. McDonald, far side. Rebound, Kirksey. Had it blocked. That was Weaver, got a piece of it. Faison inside, off the glass and in. What a great move. Graham was setting up for the charge. Nice side step. 10 points, the lead. Knocked out a bad lookout. Goodness gracious. Now that is big time championship week hustle. It doesn't mean much. And Weaver. And Freeney, is he okay? Yes, he appears to be okay. He's here at press row. Some bad hands by the Raiders. Oh, he's that terrific. Maybe got our guy Ed Ingles on the Iona radio. Oh, well, Eddie's been around a long time. He can handle it. But this is gorgeous. They've been competing on the glass. And right here, Eddie, who's lost a step over the years, maybe immobile for a week or so. Oh, that is tremendous. Now, that's what they have to do to get back in this game. Went right over the Iona radio through Gary Stanley and Ed Ingles. Make it frenetic. Nice little hands here. Still, they got numbers ahead. Freeney, look out. Oh, they got intentional. And they got intentional written all over that one. Go, right, Dave? Absolutely. Guy beats you. No sense making it a 4-point or 5-point play. Absolutely. So you get not too bad with the hands. And right there, you can see he never got himself in position. So Mitchell with the foul, the intentional. So Faison goes to the line, couple of shots, and the Saints will get possession. Talked about those arms playing passing lanes. Great deflection. Tough defender. Faison, who had missed his last 2 free throws. 7-Up halftime report coming up. Fran Fischella, the St. John's coach, on the set. with Chris Fowler and Digger Phelps. The turning breakdown, of course, the bracket update coming your way at halftime. Fran, the hottest thing on Broadway. Indeed. St. John's. It's a terrific finish. Discounting what happened up at Stores the other day. Well, he did a great job with that program. Got it going in the right direction. Of course, Digger can relate what he did at Fordham in 1970. So maybe this is the door opener right here for Siena. Big turnaround. The Mitchell intentional foul. Faison makes 2 at the line. Let's see what they can get here. 35-27. Canamessa underneath. He's got Weaver. Weaver can't get it. Miller with the rebound. He's been big off the bench. Oh, an easy one. Kirksey trying to post up against Canamessa. Now they switch up. And once in a while they've forgotten to go at the rim. Nice screen down. Mitchell. Post up in the lane. No, sir. Kept alive. Weaver rebounds for the Saints. I might hold for one if I were Siena. No, here's Faison going for 3. No, Sekretarski tried to tip it up. Said it's against Jim Sekretarski. He can't believe it.
Yeah, 8, you get it to 6, maybe 5. Now you're back up at 10.
Ooh. Second foul on Canamessa. There's coach talk for you. And you know what? Given what has happened first half, down 15, and they haven't really established themselves yet, offensively. So,
and they know now that they can press. And Tippy's going to have to go in and do some diagramming as to where to be, how to push the ball up to the half court, reverse it, then go forward. And they've got the edge defensively. It's just the offensive end where Iona has attacked them, taken away the 3, and balanced the floor.
Versatile Phil Grant at the line. Misses. Rebound. Then taken away. And here's Siena. Final 20 seconds. They got a break. Ball's going now. Hold it for 1. Boy, did they get a break? Yeah, they sure did. That free throw. 8-point Iona lead. Little curl. Faison. Pretty kick back. Set it outside for Weaver. Can't get it. Go for the tip. The tip again. Nothing doing. Grant takes over, and that'll do it. So a good first half here in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference Championship game. 1 seed, Iona, led by Kirksey, 10 points, a lot of that quickly, 35-27. And let's send you now to Chris Fowler and our halftime festivities. A good one here in Albany, New York.
Dave, thank you. Meanwhile, with the other team from the state of New York, we talked about Buffalo, an uphill road against Valparaiso, trying for a 4th consecutive championship in the Mid-Continent Conference. In this semifinal game, the Twins took it up. Bill Jenkins to Bob Jenkins, and Valpo, the top seed, has opened it up now. A 11-point lead as they score quickly. And they will take on the winner of the Youngstown State Oral Roberts game on ESPN2 tomorrow night at 9:30 Eastern Time for the automatic bid. When we come back, St. John's coach Fran Fraschilla will join Digger and me. We'll talk about the Big East. We'll talk about the Atlantic 10 and the ACC on the 7 Up Halftime Report.
ESPN's presentation of Championship Week is brought to you by Pontiac and your local Pontiac dealers.
Mark, if you're at the airport before my 8 o'clock flight, maybe we can talk. Otherwise, it's over.
Come on. Oh, no. Good battery.
No matter what my customers drive, they depend on AC Delco batteries. They last up to 30% longer.
I'm sure they do. Just give me the generic equipment, okay? AC Delco. If you're not asking for it, you're asking for it.
As you drive.
Do you wash your car more than you mow your lawn? Do you want a car that sounds as good as it feels? Shouldn't there be a national holiday for the guy who designed the GTO?
Ever cancel a plane reservation?
Because you'd rather drive? Do you like a car that moves like an athlete? Do you think world leaders ever teach their bodyguards to go for a spin?
This is Pontiac driving excitement. This is for me.
This is for me.
For me. Join us.
Life's a trip, and it takes money to get where you're going. That's what mutual funds are for. At Janus, making money means looking for breaks nobody else saw coming, jumping on and riding them in. No matter what the market's doing, there are great companies to invest in. Janus finds them, so you can get there. Janus no-load mutual funds.
And welcome back to the 7-Up Halftime Report. St. John's headed to the NCAA tournament for the first time since '93, and head coach Fran Fraschilla joins us either as the Big East champions. Your first game, the quarterfinals on Thursday against either Seton Hall or Boston College. Congratulations on a great year.
Thanks, Chris. It's been fun.
Big East, you guys are safely in, as well as, of course, West Virginia and Syracuse and Connecticut. But what about that fifth team? That fifth team would be Miami, and the Hurricanes have spent virtually the last month in the bubble. Here's your victory over them. Talk about the Hurricanes.
Well, they're a pretty good basketball team. They're very athletic. We caught them here at Alumni Hall at home in January, but they've battled some suspensions. They came back, beat West Virginia to end the season. I think the compelling argument for them, Chris, is simply that they're 11-7 in the conference, wins over Connecticut and West Virginia.
Yeah, and I really look at Miami right now as a solid team. I think they're doing a lot of good things offensively. It was a big win over West Virginia. They beat UConn, but when you take a look at their RPI, they're in the top 42, and look at some of the wins. And, yeah, key loss to Georgia Tech. Leonard Hamilton told me that was the turning point of their season to get focused. And, of course, Seton Hall's been playing well lately. So this team right now, they got Georgetown in the first round. I really think if they win the Georgetown game, they got to get in.
It may have helped them get focused losing to Georgia Tech, but that's another bubble team in the ACC that could end up hurting Miami. If they can beat Georgetown, they'd have the same identical record both in the conference and overall that West Virginia had last year. West Virginia did not get in, and Gail Catlett had to rant and rave about that. Now, let's talk about the Atlantic 10, because every Atlantic 10 coach we talked to would say, look, our league is much stronger than the Big East, and they have a whole bunch of teams. They have 6 teams that they feel are worthy of NCAA consideration.
Well, they've got some good basketball teams, and Dayton has been a surprise this year. Oliver Purnell has done a great job. Ask Temple if Rutgers isn't a bad basketball team. Rutgers went down there and played very well. I think the thing about the Atlantic 10 is there's a lot of balance at the top of the league.
We've seen UMass and Rhode Island and Temple. That's what you're talking about. Those teams in top 25, they're pretty strong. But look at the drop-off then to the next 3. Maybe 2 out of those 3 get in?
Right, and a real drop. And what happens is Temple losing the way they did to Maryland on Saturday really hurts the conference. I really thought that was a step up for the power conferences. The A-10 really didn't get it going. And I think right now when you take a look at Dayton, for Dayton to do any damage, they must beat Fordham. If they beat Fordham, they must play Rhode Island. Then they must play Xavier. And I think Dayton is the bubble team based on what's going on with the A-10.
But you like George Washington. Only a 2-5 record against those other teams, but they have the quality non-conference wins over Maryland and also UNC Charlotte. Speaking of Charlotte and the state of Carolina, what about the ACC? It's a mess because the strength at the top of that conference has caused a problem for the other schools. Now, with Clemson making a little bit of a move and a critical victory over the weekend, many believe the Tigers will join Duke, Carolina, and Maryland as the 4th team. What about beyond that?
Clemson is in. I really think right now, when you take a look at Wake Forest, they've got to beat Clemson to stay alive. Georgia Tech has got to beat Maryland to stay alive. Florida State, NC State, doesn't matter because that winner has to show something against North Carolina. So right now, to me, the ACC really is only deserving looking for that 5th team to get in. I don't know how you can justify having 6 teams from the ACC.
Fran, when you look at a team like Florida State, we talked earlier about the quality wins that they have, beating a Connecticut and an Arizona, a 1 and a 2 seed, but since January, 2 wins.
Struggled in February, but when you play that kind of schedule, I think the thing is, every one of those other teams, you can almost built in 3 or 4 losses because of Duke and Carolina. So the under 500 records are very, very deceiving.
There would be some screaming, though, if a team with a 6-10 conference record gets in there. Perhaps even a 6-11 conference record if you factor in first-round loss in the ACC. Wow.
The interesting thing is that the team like that might get in like a Georgia Tech or Clemson or Wake Forest could probably do some serious damage in the tournament.
It'd be hard to argue that they're not among the best 34 at-large teams. When we come back, we'll continue on our 7-Up halftime report. We'll update you on the situation in the Missouri Valley Conference as they prepare for the championship game and the automatic bid tonight in St. Louis. That's coming up next.
This halftime report is presented by 7-Up. 7-Up and your local 7-Up bottler invite you to try the crisp new taste of 7-Up.
Welcome to Mascot Basketball.
basketball, brought to you by 7-Up's Reach for More game, where you can win by matching any of the 7-Up game pieces or labels with tonight's phrase. Hello, I'm Dan Patrick. We have a huge mismatch tonight. It is truly Bunny's game to lose. He is, dare I say, en fuego. If your label or game piece matches this phrase, you're a winner. So see your game piece for details. If not, grab a 7-Up and watch tomorrow. You have 6 more nights to win. Truly, a sad day for Moose everywhere. It is Moose, not Mooses, right?
A little too much curve?
Yeah.
Hello again on the 7-Up halftime report. Now, later tonight, game number 2, the Missouri Valley Conference Championship game. Weird situation. You get Illinois State. They're the top seeds, the defending champions, but they take on a Southwest Missouri State team that beat them twice in the regular season, trying to complete the hat trick with the automatic bid on the line. Yesterday in St. Louis, Southwest Missouri State's Danny Moore takes the pass. He had 18 points and 8 rebounds. And they move on into the championship game. There's Kevin Alt. This is the guy you like.
I love Kevin Alt. He shot 6 out of 7 threes. He's from Warsaw, Indiana. Flat out can shoot the threes. More inside, another threat for... You look at Illinois State.
Yeah, the Redbirds losing twice to Steve Alford's team. That's Kyan Cartmill beating the clock, and then Lemons. Double team. The Shockers of Wichita State, 14 turnovers in this game. Illinois State, they'll pressure. You watched them earlier this year.
Well, Rico Hill did not have a good game, and he's got to be the guy to step up tonight. You see him right there, and if he doesn't play, Illinois State may lose to Wichita State 3 times in one season. Wow, what's the committee do with that?
You've been there, Fran, as a team trying to get an at-large bid from a conference.
Well, the key is Kevin Stallings probably feels good about his chances of getting in as an at-large, but you don't want to leave your team's hopes in the hands of the tournament committee.
You don't want to have to sweat on March 8th. Other bids at stake tonight. There's LIU Brooklyn against Fairleigh Dickinson. These teams played 2 great games in the regular season. LIU, they play in that tiny little bandbox, about 1,200 people. They've won 23 straight. That ought to be interesting tonight. That's over on ESPN2. And then the West Coast Conference, it is Gonzaga, the top seed, against the Dons of San Francisco, who come in huffing and puffing after a marathon semifinal game. We're coming back.
We're Gendron's Truck Center on 6th Avenue in Troy, and we've got the trucking power your business needs. The GMC Forward W Series trucks with its driver-friendly interior, tight turning radius, and remarkable visibility make the Gendron's GMC Forward W Series the best trucks on today's roads. And with a range of 11,050 to 32,900 pounds GVW, hauling your products is easier than ever. The W4 Series comes with gasoline or diesel engines. Gendron's Truck Center helps you deliver your products on time with the best in GMC Forward trucks.
Having trouble with your exhaust system? Well, just come on down.
Just come on down to Cole Muffler.
Here at Cole, we honor all muffler specialty shop warranties. So bring your car to Cole, even if you bought your muffler somewhere else. And we'll replace it free. Why do we do this? Because your satisfaction is our #1 priority. So come on down.
Come on down to Cole Muffler. Come on.
Well, but ain't Mr. Outback.
Good night.
I heard you be saying nasty things about my Explorer.
Nah. All I said was my Outback here has better braking, quicker acceleration, and better gas mileage. But look on the bright side. You did pay a whole lot more.
That's right. I did.
Subaru Outback, the world's first sport utility wagon.
Said he was going to call us, tell us what it feels like.
Clear across America, the one name people still rely on is Cellular One.
Hello?
It's always been my way or no way, right? So when I go away, I stay at Super 8. I want it comfortable. Am I right? I want my VIP discount and friendly people. But not too friendly. Life's great at Super 8.
When one is competing for the eye of the judges, one must keep a firm leash on odor and perspiration. Thus, right guard, clear stick or clear gel. Powerful protection that glides on clear to make sure odor and wetness obey. Okay, boys, we're on. Blue 22, 64, 38, heel. Right guard, clear stick or clear gel. Anything less will be uncivilized.
At Buffalo, Valparaiso, mid-continent semifinal game, down to a 10-point lead for Valpo, 5:20 to play. Big East women's semifinal game, Notre Dame against the top seed Connecticut. Digger, this is Rita Williams, coast to coast.
Well, they had a wake-up call against West Virginia, losing or winning by 2. And, of course, Gino says we got to put it together because they want a rematch against, hopefully, if it's Rutgers over Miami, for the Big East championship.
And in the Atlantic 10 Women's Championship goes to Virginia Tech. They beat UMass on UMass's floor by 2 in overtime, knocking off the Eastern Division top seed. Join us Sunday, the men's tournament selection special presented by GTE at 6:30, a full hour. Then the women's special following that at 7:30 Eastern time. The second half from Albany is ahead.
Cold enough for you? Yeah. Quick race around the block? You and me, around the block.
I don't think so.
Look, they say the Subaru is better in the snow than your BMW, and I say we find out.
In tests, an all-wheel drive Subaru outhandled the BMW 328i with traction control. That's why we put all-wheel drive on every car we make.
Am I sensing a little reluctance?
Subaru, the beauty of all-wheel drive.
Gentlemen, we are flying in the Bermuda Triangle, a place where things are known to disappear and are never found. Fortunately, we have an I-Omega zip drive on board, and with it I can make a quick copy of all my important stuff. The 100 megabyte zip disk let me save, store, and take all my stuff with me. No need to panic. Okay, boys, let's take her back in. Hello?
Get an I-Omega zip drive today, because it's your stuff.
Pro basketball star Jennifer Azzi spends 40 minutes destroying her hair and 90 seconds bringing it back with Pert Plus. More than a shampoo, it conditions too. How? As you shampoo, the conditioners stay suspended. As you rinse, they go to work, giving you great hair simply. Perfect for Jennifer, because she wants great-looking hair, but she'd rather be living in it than working on it. Wouldn't you? Pert Plus. Simply great hair, simply.
My name is Jim, and I am the beer man, and I'm proud to sell this Coors Light. So please do not call me beer dude. Don't yell beer jockey, barley boy, or suds buddy, and I'll be happy to pour you a frost brewed Coors Light. Stay away from Brew Brother, Captain Cup, and Sir Pour-A-Lot, and you'll get your Rocky Mountain refreshment faster than you can say Lager Lugger. I am beer man.
Hey, beer stud.
ESPN's presentation of Championship Week is presented by 7-Up. 7-Up and your local 7-Up bottler invite you to try the crisp new taste of 7-Up. And in part by Subaru. Hungry for adventure? Take a taste test in a new all-wheel drive Subaru today.
Here in Albany, the Gale lead at 35-27 in the MAAC final. Dave Sims and Bill Raftery. And if you're Siena, you're blanching at the fact that they shot 1 for 11 from three-point range. They're the #1 deep shooting team in the conference.
And not only that, but the inside people haven't stepped up either. They've got to shoot the basketball better. You can see these numbers here. Rebounding, hanging in, turnovers, a little difficulty there. But the ability to make it outside, one of their strong shoots, 1 for 11, devastating for them. But they're hanging right there. The press has been their pal.
One guy who would like to turn it around in the second half is Colin Weaver, 0 for 5. His longest shot was about a 7-footer. 0 for 5 from the field. Canamessa went 0 for 4. He's got the ball right now. Good harassing of the passer. Faison lets it rip and he hit it. That's a deuce. They ran their set beautifully. There were a couple of guys free, but Iona now pushes quick. Nice. And Hamid blocked. They call it a block on Canamessa. What a save, huh? Sure was, because that was a sure deuce. Good recovery.
They run their stuff, Siena, and Iona has to make sure they don't get good vision on the post because they're getting people free the end of the half and the first trip.
Hamid, baseline for
Makes the play, huh?
Resta. Lays it up and in. A couple of good interior passes by Kirksey and Hamid.
Evo makes the nice little dive.
St. John the Baptist, Ron Alfieri. Now, I'm Long Island. Remember Gus? Here's Canamessa. Can't get it. So the nation's leading three-point shooter is 0 for 1 tonight.
Shinsky was a little bit late getting back that trip. Kirksey up there.
Mitchell gets it inside. Hamid with the lefty layup. Beautiful. On the reverse.
Great little move. Foot speed, 1 out.
He's got 6. His little diagonal screen. Inside. Dieters turnaround is good. So Dave Dieters, one of the big guys. He's been scoring well. He's got 8 points.
Yeah, that was his 4th field goal down there. 3 for 6 at the half.
Presta almost traveled.
A house travel, huh?
Yeah.
Get that pivot foot lock.
Cross court. Presta's wide open. He challenges. He can't get it. Hamid, he goes up and gets the foul.
He just doesn't leave it up there, does he? I mean, 3 yellow shirts around. Siena unable to convert. The Saints were praying instead of competing on that trip. Getting inside pass, breaks the defense down. Now, how about the foot speed? He lied. The weight is forward defensively by Devers. A nice little dish at the end. Evo, can you see? Nice little play here as he's able to reverse, use the 10, get a little kiss with the left.
Hamid misses the first. He's playing with 3 fouls. So they're going to bring in Fields for Siena. Up front, Brandon Fields comes into the game. As does Scott Knapp. Dave Dieters takes a seat. Talking with Cliff Warren, one of the assistant coaches. Hamid doesn't get that one. Freeney rebounds. 8-point game. Siena is trailed by as many as 15.
74% free throw shooter, too. Little flare screens for Knapp, and you can see Mitchell all over him.
Fields taking it hard with the left hand. Can't get it. Freeney, Canamessa, they both lost it out of bounds.
And Canamessa really messed it up in a sense. Freeney right in good shape to catch and finish. Gorgeous move, everything but he just couldn't get the turn on the hand to follow through.
There's some pressure by Siena. Mitchell. McDonald just got over. Kirksey underneath. Great pass, great finish.
How about freaky tie with the kids?
12 points. Freeney challenge. He gets it back. Little guy pump, hesitates, gets the foul.
I guess they get Mitchell on the head.
Boy, he worked hard for that one, didn't he?
They sure that Iona's starting to pick him apart on the offensive end.
Doing a great job.
Oh, they sure are. He likes to be called Ty. How about this one? That's the Ian Horse. The high, smooch, finish. It must be the sock, not the shoe, Michael.
Well done. And Canamessa shoved him from behind, too. Freeney at the line. Melvin, a 77%. Dr. Seuss, look where we've seen it all. Kerry Kittles had the high socks. Moulton used to do the high socks. That's what Kittles had, one up and one down.
Right. And, you know, you got to be a good player to do that. Obviously, neither one of us.
No.
Ankle.
We'll stay with the uniform. 41-33, Iona.
And look at the long arms out of top here. Makes it a tough cross-court pass, Grayson.
First got totally boxed in. Mitchell lost it, got it back. Tries to knock it off the Knapp. What happened?
He pushed him. It should have been a foul. Right here.
Artie McDonald starting to go one way and will keep it at this end of the floor.
Artie wasn't sure which road to take. But right here, you'll see at the end the push out of bounds, and it causes the turnover eventually. Watch now.
A little bit of a nudge.
A little more than a nickel dimer, huh? A little $50.
Coming up in the 3-minute mark here, second half. Presta up top. They get it to Mitchell. He can't get it. Rebound Knapp.
But they'll be going inside. All of a sudden, they settle out.
Knapp, NBA 3. Bingo!
And what a screen, too. McDonald couldn't get out on top.
41-36. Iona. Can they answer? Hamid, short, get the rebound. Can't get that one. Here comes Siena. They got numbers. 4 on 2. Brady pull up for 3. He hit it. Woo!
While they got the juices flowing, this is when the press is most dangerous.
9 points. We got a 2-point game.
And Marcus gets bigger out top. Look, He really faces, turns you away. Look at this situation. Oh, I thought that was a great trap. They get a foul on Knapp. Pretty good composure by Canamessa.
He thought it was on him.
Oh, well, that's why he was calm, huh?
He thought it was on him. That's why he gave Marty McDonald that wide-eyed look like, you got to be kidding me.
They have so many yellow shirts here.
Yeah.
They have to go over top Iona. I mean, they are jamming it into Death Valley here. They got to go over, make the zone run, and retreat.
2-point game. Presta, good pass, but Freeney rebound. Saints on the run again, looking for the tie or the lead. Freeney, Knapp, dialing a three. Little short, and pulled down. Bad foul
by Fields.
On Fields. McDonald had that one, the second foul on Fields.
But the house was ready for Knapp, huh? Oh, he has some depth. Good field. They know how to penetrate, kick it back out for the three.
10-2 run by the Saints. Crowd just ready to explode here in Albany. The first MAAC final.
There they go, over the top. Seems simple when they do it.
All right. Here's Presta for three. That's short. Air ball, in fact. Siena ball. The timeout on the floor. Standing ovation here in Albany. Knapp with a big three for the Siena Saints. Down 15, now trailing by 2 here in the MAAC final.
Billy, some advice.
Enjoy the 7-Up, and then look on specially marked packages to see if you've won some exciting prizes like basketball gear or free 7-Up. I'm a winner.
Sure you are, Billy. Sure you are.
We've asked the coaches of champions to taste the breakfast of champions.
Crispy for sure. Crunchy, crispy. I like them. I wish I had a bowl twice as big. These are so good.
The championship taste of Wheaties.
I'd buy them in the biggest box they sell them in.
Well, well. But I'm Mr. Outback.
Good night.
I heard you've been saying nasty things about my Explorer.
Nah. All I said was my Outback here has better braking, quicker acceleration, and better gas mileage. But look on the bright side. You did pay a whole lot more.
That's right. I did.
Subaru Outback, the world's first sport utility wagon.
So, Al, when are we going to see your new line of clubs?
Tomorrow. Yeah. My guy's on his way right now.
So, Al, when are we going to see your new line of clubs?
It's already up.
There's business as usual, and there's e-business as usual. HP, expanding possibilities.
2-point game. The excitement building here in Albany for the MAAC championship. Iona with a 2-point lead over Siena. Jake Simpson, Bill Raftery with you. Early going, Timmy Welch trying to get his team to stave off the Siena charge. Iona, that's an impressive number, Raf.
That sure is. Able to keep the lead, and I guess understanding the pressure, what you're going to be able to do once you get over the top, and how to contend with this good picking team.
Jimmy Welch, two-time Coach of the Year of the MAAC. Faison runner in the lane. High ball game.
They give it to Fields, baby.
41 all. Fields got a piece of it. Here's McDonald. And let's see, a foul on Weaver along the sideline.
And Dave, the last two trips Iona's gone just a little bit over the top, enough to take away that pressure at half court. But the ability to get into the lane, a little bit of a flyer, maybe released it halfway up, and good inside position.
Fields got a piece.
He did. He can be a serious contender for caroms.
8 3-points on the night for Fields. Big turnaround in the second half here for Siena.
This team plays with a lot of emotion.
A little 2-3 look now, forces the deep one. McDonald steps inside. Big shot. Another one by John McDonald, the All-MAC first-teamer.
He's not afraid to take big shots. Onions out there.
He's got 7. Sekretarski went 0 for 3 in the first half, and underneath, Fields got drilled.
Michael Pitts didn't agree at all. He was waving him to get up.
A little crash ball. 20 on the shot clock. Under 15 to go.
1-4 pick and roll still on the box. Little double. They run some nice stuff. Let me tell you. Look at this open look.
On baseline. No. And a rebound. Goes to Hamid. McDonald. Going to leave it for Hamid. Kirksey got up to a terrific start early on. Grant inside. Hamid. Beat the double team. Lost it. Kirksey throws it up. Tip. No good. Miller, who is solid off the bench again. He gets it done for Iona.
What a nice job. Helping himself. Miller goes a step to gather it. Once again, though, inside they're terrific. This analyzation in the second half, getting themselves in position to do some damage. The penetration, the release at the end, and Miller, nice little tip to himself to gather the kiss. Affectionate.
Kia Miller has been outstanding off the bench. Went 3 for 5 in the first half. And with that bucket, he's got 8 points.
It's just enough damage. Gets about 12 minutes a game, almost 4 rebounds. Averages 3 points a game. He's up to 8. That's pretty good. But the key thing, 69%, Dave, on field goals. 33 from free throws.
Yeah. Turn the Saints down 4. Siena finished 10-8 in the MAAC. Good for 3rd seed.
There's their high-low.
Sekretarski, let her rip from up top. Can't get it. And the rebound.
He's coming
goes
up
to
big.
Kirksey. Kirksey's putting up numbers.
Yeah, he sure is.
McDonald left wide open. He makes him pay for it with a big triple.
They just didn't match up properly. Sekretarski caught deep on the baseline trying to protect.
10 points for John McDonald. Nap. Timeout. We got a whistle. Timeout called by Paul Hewitt. John McDonald, big time last night, picking up where he left off. He had 22 points in the second meeting against Siena, 10 in the first meeting, and this was really big.
And Dave, this team could be a problem in the tournament. They can get after some people. They got depth. They can push it back with the dribble and kick it out and make threes.
Championship week continues tonight on ESPN. Following our game, the Missouri Valley Conference Championship, Southwest Missouri State versus Illinois State. Then at 12 Eastern time, West Coast Conference Championship, San Francisco against Gonzaga. These games all part of Championship week, presented by 7-Up. Here's McDonald, 10 points, 4 assists all year. He has done a great job. He rarely turns the ball over. 33 minutes last night, had no turnovers. Canamessa can't buy one. And a foul, and it's against,
I think Grant. Yeah, guy involved there. And Canamessa gets one of his few open looks. Weaver had ducked in. Good, solid job. They get the ball to the right spots. It's a matter of converting from deep.
So the foul on Grant. Sekretarski pushing that time on the inbounds. Little scrum. And Sekretarski saying, hey, it hit off of Grant, but Weaver was the last to hit it, says Mike Kitts.
Now, you mentioned the turnover. McDonald's done a nice job handling the pressure and only having 1 turnover.
Yeah.
And they do a good job hitting the post guy now. That's excellent execution.
They got their leaper in the game, Jamar Dunmore, 34. Here's McDonald going baseline, cut off. And they stepped on the line. Stepped on the line, turnover for McDonald and Iona.
One of the few mistakes he made.
So Freeney comes back in for Siena.
And you can see that little deployment by Timmy's guys the last couple of trips. They've been told where to be. It's a matter of hitting the proper guy, whether it's the middle or the wing on a post-up.
It's a turnover story. Faison with the ball underneath. Knapp. Fade away. No. Rebound to Miller.
Now, that's the problem with the flex. Once in a while, you get a guy on the box, a small guy that maybe can't convert.
Back the other way and up and in. Great Kirksey. Kirksey having a fine game. Got it back to 9-point lead. He's got 14. Faison leads for Weaver. Couldn't handle. Weaver had it blocked by Miller. Miller's all over the stat sheet.
Sure, very active.
All over the stat sheet. My goodness. Having a great game.
Siena getting into that lane, but unable to ring the bell. You mentioned the numbers. Kirksey, high sock and all. Little hesitation. The blow by Knapp trying to get there, but the high, affectionate kiss release to counter.
They get it up top to Faison. Score was tied at 41. Deep hoist, and he made it. Oh, I'm telling you, beyond NBA.
At least 23, 2 feet behind.
He'll break out. Grant lays it up and in, so they counter right back.
Oh, they try to extend the floor a little bit. The 5-man not in balance.
Grant was 7 off the bench. Freeney, that was partially blocked. Dunmore, the great leaper, but Miller turned it over on the travel. It'll be Siena ball.
Miller catching it and going to the floor. They are challenging the deep shots. Siena not getting good looks. They've got the count going already.
Freeney up top to Canamessa.
Mitchell all over Knapp. He knows he can't give him any room.
Canamessa
should help post guys on Knapp's side, though.
Knapp, runner, hook. Get up. In and out. Miller, rebound, another one. He's got 9.
Playing big.
Gales, here's a 3 for Grant. Not this time. Dunmore, the great leaper, got that on his feet. He didn't even have to get up.
He had been checked out going backwards. Stayed with it.
Good sign for the Gales. 52-44, just under 12 to go.
I think this is a big trip right now for Siena defensively. They got to be solid rebound.
Looking inside to Mitchell. They get it to him. Dump down. Dunmore, lay it up and in with the finger roll.
What timing by Dunmore. Beautiful look. Mitchell posting up, finding him. Oh, they got a foul on Miller, and they got an intentional.
What happened? Mitchell had been knocked down as the ball was being advanced just a couple of seconds ago, and I didn't see. I saw the first ball. I heard the second one.
I saw Miller push him now. I think they're just calling a common foul.
So we got a timeout on the floor. 11:31 to go in the ball game. A 10-point lead for the 1 seed Iona.
You know, man, I think we're lost.
Clear across America, the one name people still rely on is Cellular One.
That's a good scout.
This is Imagine TV. This Mercury Sable sure is roomy. Yeah, but why don't we ever go anywhere?
Because we don't have any feet. No feet.
I love you even more than I did before I had amnesia. I think.
Even more than your Mercury.
I have a Mercury. I'd forgotten.
Till next time, imagine yourself in a Mercury.
To make it out here, there are a few things you might want to consider. Some more critical than others. To build, test, and manage business software, 4 out of 5 of the world's largest corporations rely on CompuWare. What do you need most?
Valparaiso 1 step away from a 4th consecutive championship in the Mid-Continent Conference. Here's the semifinal win against Buffalo as they close it out. Bryce Drew to Zoran Viskovich to Bill Jenkins. They can't get the foul, so Valpo in a tomorrow night's championship game on ESPN2 against the Youngstown State Oral Roberts winner. Back to Albany.
Thank you, Chris. Back here at Albany, 10-point lead by the 1 seed Iona, and Jim Canamessa. A major struggle. He's the number 2 scorer on the ball club at 14.5 points per ball game. Goose egg tonight.
And 49 from 2, and Michael Kidd's got the players together to calm them down. What it's amazing about Canamessa, 58 from 3. In and out, number 1 and 3-point percentage during the course of the year.
Number 1 in the country. Here's Faison forcing. No. Fields, a big muscle rebound. Fields going up with the left hand. Too strong. Faison again. Flip shot is good. He's got 13.
You keep after good things happen. This is a little deeper on the floor with the pressure.
Mitchell with Young in the game. Get it to Hamid. Hamid has played a strong game. Mitchell up top.
Nice prying with the lead foot.
Young. Dribbles by Osinski. Osinski, boy, they get him for a hand check.
That little nickel dimer. They do a nice job presenting themselves in the post, and I got to think Jeff Rowland's got a lot to do with that. The big guy, outstanding low post player.
First foul on Osinski, team 6. Grant with Hamid, Young, Kirksey, and Mitchell for Iona. Hamid working baseline, kicks it weak side to Young. Kirksey got bumped. Faison stepped in, no call.
Thought it was on Faison.
Yeah. Grant had it knocked out of bounds by Canamessa. 15 on the shot clock. Here in Albany, New York, Championship Week presented by 7-Up. This is the MAAC Championship, Pepsi Arena, Siena, and Iona. I'm Dave Sims with Bill Raftery. We have got an exciting contest here. Winner going to the NCAA tournament.
Great atmosphere, too, Dave. Siena, obviously, the crowd pulling for them, but Iona being solid.
Grant going baseline with 6 on the shot clock. Mitchell with 4. Mitchell, no. Put up by Grant, in and out. Won't go. Hamid, that won't go. Another shot. Kirksey again. He missed it. The tip kept alive, and Siena breaks out. That could be a turning point.
Incredible action.
Franny Canamessa calling for the ball. Franny flip in the lane. Is good. He's got 11.
Well, they've been getting into the lane with regularity.
Kirksey back hard and count it. What a shot by Tariq Kirksey. Big time play.
I'm surprised kids don't hurt themselves more with the chest stuffing in the ribs, but going into the lane, different type of post presence. You can dribble in there and do some damage. Siena, I think, has gotten great play off the bounce. Getting into the thick of things, keeping after it. Nice little lefty release by Freeney, but Iona, after taking Art McDonald out of the play, just kept coming. A lot of white shirts. Not too bad, huh?
16 for Kirksey. 20 points first time against Siena. 16 the second game. This is that one. Freeney in the game with Dieters. Dieters steps under the foul line, loses it. Good hustle by Osinski. And let's see, he was calling for a timeout. Let's see if they give it to him. Possession arrow favors Iona. So Dieters just in the game, turns it over. And McDonald comes right back in for Iona to replace Mitchell.
Paul, as we mentioned, does a lot of the stuff Kentucky used to do with Rick Pitino. I think that slipped a little. He was indecisive in whether to shoot it or pass it.
Yeah. Dieters had a good first half, 3 for 6.
This is the press been effective, but it's usually with Marcus out at top.
Underneath, Hamid in traffic. Gives a little counting sign at the end. He's got 8. He's good to go. 10 points, the lead now for Iona. This was a 41-all game a few minutes ago.
Huh?
And that time,
turned, got his feet set. No decisions, did it?
10 points for Dave Dieters. So approaching 9 minutes to go. Iona wants to keep running its stuff. And I'll tell you what, Kirksey and Hamid have been doing a terrific job up front.
Yeoman's work. Nice activity, using the post bumps.
Taken away by Weaver.
Contain the dribble, very important.
Freeney, nowhere to go. And Iona's done a good job against Knapp, too.
They've been all over him.
Yep. He's got a report. Don't let him touch it. The leading scores. Knapp, here he is, guarded by Young. Off the dribble. Nice pass. The cut is good.
Well, that's how you help your partner out. He was really stuck. Nice little move.
Freeney saw the opening. He's got 13.
That's the little Princeton aspect of their game. They read the defense very well.
Siena fans rise to their feet. Approaching 8 minutes to go in a 6-point ball game. Weaver. Nice play. Big Siena ball.
Osinski with a great front down there.
So Osinski, nice play.
Now you're going to lob against that. You got to get it up awfully high. Right here, you can just see the little step through. They do a great job of screening and slipping it. Great understanding. Defense dictates what they do. Knapp, you can help your club in other ways.
Freeney going against Grant here. Here's your turnover story. Iona with 15. Knapp being guarded by McDonald here. Hedge. Freeney stays on. Canamessa, Fields on the floor. Freeney tries to knock it off of Grant. Does he? Yep. And it works. Real heady play. Sure enough, with 12 on the shot clock. We'll take a timeout. 7:54 to go in the MAAC title game from Albany. It's the Iona Gales leading by 6.
Two machines I can really depend on to handle winter, my trusty snowblower and my trusty Taurus. A low-profile and quadrillink suspension lets it handle the roughest snowy roads. And right now is a great time to lease a Taurus. Only $269 a month for 36 months at your Upstate Quality Ford dealer. And it's maintenance-free. Oil, filter, plugs, the works, free. Lease a 98 Taurus. You'll love the feel behind the wheel. Leased with Upstate Ford pride.
The internet is slow as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
You don't have to take it anymore. Roadrunner high-speed online service runs through your cable TV wire, making it up to 100 times faster.
There are never any busy signals.
Roadrunner, the fastest way to the internet.
Roadrunner installation, $49.95. Check us out at thebird.net.
You're the king of college hoops? Just log on to ESPN.com and enter the tournament challenge presented by Pizza Hut on ESPN Sports Zone. To enter, fill out your brackets, compete against thousands of other fans, make the right picks, and be crowned king of college hoops. Log on to ESPN Sports Zone, and you can win a trip for two to the 1999 Men's Championship, hotel accommodations, and 64 pizzas from Pizza Hut. The tournament challenge on ESPN Sports Zone. Sign up now.
Welcome back, everybody, to Albany, New York for the MAAC Championship and ESPN Championship Week doubleheader tomorrow. The Midwestern Conference Championship, Wisconsin Green Bay versus Butler at 7:30. And at 9:30, the Sun Belt will be South Alabama against Southwest Louisiana. These games all part of Championship Week, presented by 7-Up. Canamessa is still looking for his first bucket. Fields gets one on the assist, though, from Big Jim.
What a great play. Paul Ewan has them so well-versed in their offensive skills. Drew Duncan at the end of that. Great pass. Beautiful execution.
Back to 4 points. It was tied at 41. Miller's done a great job off the bench.
And here they go in when they have trouble. Look at the dive. Great timing.
And let's see. They're going to call it a good goal. And a blocking foul on Knapp.
Excellent call, too, Dave. Acknowledge the trap. Peek over your shoulder. Get the angle. Miller, who's come up big time. Some evenings you enjoy a little Miller time more than others. But look at this duck in. Get it out. Kind of messing the screen. Gets the ball. Pops to the ball. Turns and then just dumps it down. And you couldn't have been any further under the rim.
That's right. Nakia Miller, you want to talk about a game. 10 points, 9 boards off the bench out of Stratford, Connecticut. He has had a game to remember. 61-54 Iona.
A career night, huh?
Yes, indeed. Knapp being guarded by Mitchell. Boy, they're just, I tell you what, he's wearing tails in his shot. Canamessa thought he did not have anything. He got lucky.
He was looking to pass that, right?
Yeah, he didn't have a shot.
Oh, get up, elevate, and throw it up off the glass. Nice little post pass, something that jumps out in tapes. They understand how to get it inside. And right here, he's turned it to look. And once again, Miller in position to negate.
You as a coach would be screaming, go up, get hit.
Oh, yeah, take it. Put that shit on the line. And this is his game.
Still can't get it. Fields is there, but Miller over the back. Miller took a blow to his right eye. That's his 4th foul.
And they're going to give 2 shots, too, as Fields is starting to show or exhibit inside strength. Solid performer down there. We saw that post up earlier. Look at this elevation and strength as well as Miller gets called.
The 4th foul on Nakia. Freshman, 6'9", 225.
How about that peg for 2 shots, though, huh?
Yeah.
A little stretch.
5 points for Fields off the bench tonight. Brandon, the junior out of Houston, Madison High School. And Matt with the Saints lead right now. He's 76% at the line. And the big jumper, Jamar Dunmore, who replaces Miller. Miller has been terrific this evening. Fields, they're just short of magnificent. 1 out of 2 for Brandon Fields. And now on the floor, Marcus Frazier, and they are a better pressing team when he is out there. Number 22, Kirksey loses. What happens? He gives it up. Freeney, Fields going hard. And what a crush. How did he got fouled? Oh, baby. No milk and cookie for that, Mr. Fields. Oh, my goodness. As he stepped up. Boy, he teed that bad boy up and just, he held it out there. Oh, here it comes. You want it? That's it. Here it comes. I'm going to deliver it. Express Lane doing 95. You can stay out a little later tonight. The steal sets it up. Oh! Boy, you live for shot put. Well, you live for shot put. You do. I'm ready to take it out of bounds. You guys do that. 3-point play. Saints down by 3 at 7:01. Freeney vying for the steal. There's Fields again. This is what makes them so tough. No packed attack. Excellent defensively. Cut angles, great hands, passing lanes. One more tip on Kirksey. Here's Mitchell. Going inside to Hamid. Knocked away by Canamessa. Canamessa, does he have it? Big fight for the ball. Favoring, the arrow favors Siena. And Canamessa, he got burned on that play before, and he was ready for the deflect this time. Had the hands up big. Timmy knows it's slipping a little bit. And Tim Welch, for the second time, the MAAC Coach of the Year, calling for a 20-second timeout. 6:36 to go in the ballgame. And the Siena Saints are climbing back. Well, it goes back to the Mike Dean days in the late 80s. I can remember them doing such a great job when Mike was here, but the hands up big, the trap, same kind of a play they ran from the other box. And you mentioned Canamessa with the hands up in position, and they get control. And Paul Hewitt's guys, conditioning, the stamina, the numbers, the rotations, and a guy that I've been impressed with, Marcus Frazier, because he generates or initiates the defensive stops. Not that he was involved in that, but they all start playing a little bit better. 6'5", got long arms. It just came to me. Reminds me of Paul Preston. All right, very good. Very much so. Same kind of player. Defender up. 3-point numbers, 4 for 20 for Siena. We're talking the #1 3-point shooting team in the MAAC at 38.4%. So they have yet to really get on track, and yet only down by a trifecta right now. Amin's got to work hard on Fields, doing a great job posting up. Look at him begging. They got too many guys in the lane. Freeney got free, and they will walk the floor. I think Frazier. Foul, Faison, that's indeed right. He knocked the little guy, McDonald, down and says he's okay. Third foul on Faison. Now, that's one of the few times when you hear people say spacing. They had too many people in the same area, and Fields was going box to box. He made a great presentation on the one side. Hamid took it away, and just too confusing. He doesn't make many mistakes. Points for John McDonald. 75%, huh? Yeah. Saw him last night, Mount Vernon, New York. So impressed with his poise. And Paul Hewitt was talking about, hey, he played 33 minutes. We got to go at him hard, make him work, and if he beats us, we tip our cap to him. I don't think to wear him out. I don't think he gets tired. You're right. Because he was at Loyola early in his career, and that's what you need. Somebody who can step up, make big-time free throws, organize the offensive scheme against the press, and defensively, he's got a heck of a challenge. Freeney wonderfully talented with the blow-by. 12 points and 4 assists for McDonald. Coming up on 6 minutes to go in a 5-point game. Guard around. Knapp thought about the pull-up. Gets it to Freeney. Faison. Oh, it's amazing, too. Oh, there's Faison. Nothing doing there. Kirksey rebound. Gets it to Mitchell. Canamessa still with no points.
Hey, Hameen just keeps plugging down there. Look at this. Gets himself in position, catches it. Oh,
he did a good job, and McDonald spotted him. A quick pass, 65-58.
Sheep on both ends. Stepping up.
Here's Canamessa, and they get him for an offensive foul. So not a good trip for Siena. His fourth. So Canamessa with his fourth personal. I don't know. We're talking 10 team fouls, double bonus in effect.
The defensive end gets you going, and Kashif had played well, got himself down, good sprint into the 3-second area and able to convert. Canamessa with a little extension. We've seen worse during the course of the evening.
Meade with 10 points tonight. He's done a good job. And here's Cresta going to the line. There's Canamessa with his fourth foul. Cresta, 80% free throw shooter, in and out. Best free throw shooter on the club. Ivo out of Ostravia in the Czech Republic. 6'9" sophomore. Averaged a little over 6 points a game this year. Didn't play much last year. 1.1 rebound, his averages. Nice touch at the line. 66-58. 5.5 to go.
If you're Iona, you want to force them to use a lot of clock, take their time on offense. There's that diagonal. Look at the back cut. Nice play by Osinski. And Fields, and
shot clock's not moving. There it is now. It just started. That's higher than 8 or 10 seconds. Knapp. Does he get the bounce? He does.
And he wants to foul too, huh? Oh, does he have a feathery delivery?
And again, Cresta going hard. They call the blocking foul, the easy call. It's against Weaver, but that's at least the third time. They went over the top, beat that press, and attacked from that left side.
And Tim, I'm sure at halftime talked about it. And I'll tell you, the referees have done a pretty good job. Yep. They've had a lot of bang-bang calls, and you can't disagree with too many of them. That's an excellent call by Michael Kitts, and this is what you alluded to. Attack it, take advantage when it shows. You don't want to get in a ratty, fast-paced game. Tim Welsh wants to take it when you can get it, seize the opportunity.
Cresta on a roll right now at the free throw line.
And this is one of those, you don't want to play a guy like this on a regular basis for DP. He's got a feel, a nice little touch as it hits the 10. Gets it off.
Cresta, they try and leak out with Fields. He grabs, lost it, gone up, but he'll shoot a couple at the line.
How about the courage of Knapp, too? I mean, that is a gorgeous delivery. Running down the middle of the floor, a freshman. Rookie of the week a few times. His dad, Coach Paul, was saying, now look at this. Enough air under it, over the outstretched hands. A lot of pro quarterbacks like to have that kind of a feel.
You bet.
And they give away at the end.
A lot of guys make $20, $30 million doing that. Fourth foul on Hamid for Iona. They're going to bring Miller back in. Fields at the line, 9 points, 9 rebounds. Your Siena numbers, your Iona numbers at the line. Can't get it. Siena's the #1 free throw shooting team in the country at 81%. Iona's #6 in the conference. Hamid out, Miller in.
You would expect Fields to knock him down, too, at 76%. He has stepped up, though. He's got them in the back in the mix here.
Siena trailed by 15, tied it at 41, but they've been playing catch-up since. Missed them both. Rebound phase-off.
I'll tell you, Iona does something illegal.
Now the three. Phase-on rebound. Phase-on with the flip. He's got it.
Dave, on the free throw, they hold hands in front of the man between them. You can't do that.
That's right. 15 on the game. Here's Faison, Hawking, McDonald. McDonald doing a great job. McDonald. Here's Cresta.
That pass across the top, they got to be careful with.
Miller, Mitchell. Facing up, sets up McDonald with 12 in the shot clock.
A hook shot. He got hit. Count the bucket. Did you see him spring and somersault? We'd be out for the year. The speed, the blow-by. You talk about authority and courage. I mean, he's going to take a hit and a lick here. He knows it. Keep that chin up and get it all. How about how quick he got him?
That was amazing.
That's athleticism.
He's got 14 points. What a leader. Just what you need this time of year. A terrific point guard.
He gets to gaps. Not afraid to drive against zones, man-to-man.
Iona Gales, 3 straight 20-plus win seasons, have yet to go to the NCAA tournament. Last time, they were in the tournament under Pat Kennedy in '85. 3-point play for McDonald. That's a big one. 71-63.
Now, Siena's got to work, run their stuff, see if they can get to the foul line. That includes dribble or dumping it to the box, usually Fields down there.
Mesa up top, back door, knocked away by Cressa, and here comes Iona. Kirksey.
And that's unusual. Why would you only use Tremere? Right?
Yeah. From Miller to Grant, and Iona in no hurry as we approach 4 minutes, and they lead by 8.
And they should take advantage of Freeney down there.
McDonald beats Knapp, blows right by him and scores.
And that's because Freeney was the only guy to help. Kirksey just eliminated him.
17 for John McDonald. 10 points, the Iona lead. Canamessa open on the back door.
Look at him.
Sam and a steal. Sends it in. Kirksey. Bingo.
Wow. Waiting for that TV timeout, too. Oh, was that a great denial. The puppies with speed.
Iona Gales turning it up now, up by 12, 3.5 to go. Fields with his offhand scores, and they call timeout.
Look at the maturity of this team, though. Without the timeout, great confidence by Paul Hewitt. They get it right in the post area. Something if you call a timeout, you'll be looking to do.
That's right. Watch McDonald. I mean, you talk about a leader.
Now look who's over here, though. See Freeney? He can't help. He's too tiny. They didn't post up Kearsey, but in a sense, they took advantage with the dribble.
Coming your way, Championship Week triple header on ESPN on Wednesday at the AT&T Big East Championship first round at 1 o'clock. It's Georgetown and Miami. Following the game, it'll be Rutgers in number 22 West Virginia, and then Boston College against Seton Hall at 9:30. These games part of Championship Week presented by 7-Up. McDonald has been a huge star tonight. See him breathing heavily, but tell you what, he's maintaining rather well. Kirksey bringing it up against pressure. Get it to Cresta. Hit some big free throws here for Iona.
And that rests the guard. So it gives McDonald a little blow. That's why he can play a little longer. Other people challenging the D.
Miller to Grant. Miller and Grant, 2 outstanding performances tonight off the bench. Miller blows by again and scores. John Miller killing Siena.
And if they came at him, he was poised. He was ready to pass the ball.
19 for McDonald. Freeney gets it right back.
Nice play by Knapp. Almost came up on small change. Freeney in the backcourt.
And Freeney with the foul. And the kick helps him up. John McDonald, talk about putting on a show.
And Dave, you can't tell in tape. You can see right there, he gathered the ball, had vision if he needed a pass. You can't tell on tape how good guys are. I mean, he has a wonderful understanding of how to get between defenders, what's going to happen next. Great anticipation as he gets to the 10.
But a great year for the first team All-MAC performer. 12 in scoring, 8th in assists, and 7th in three-point percentage. Good free throw shooter, too, at 79%.
He doesn't bother chipping the paint.
No.
It's all Pat.
Looking over at Jeff Rulin. Jeff pumping his fist, going, way to go.
Jeff was talking about his children, Courtney, Whitney, and Brittany before the game. I guess he's got some players. He's got some players here, too. Put them all together.
John McDonald right now, the star of the Iona show. Gales by 12, 2:48 to go.
A thought for those of you married to your job. Every once in a while, have a fling with your wife. Royal Caribbean, like no vacation on Earth.
This is Imagine TV.
Why don't you slip into something a little more comfortable?
All right.
With Mercury moving upward as...
Answer the question, okay,
Mr. Smith.
she wasn't with me. She was out all night with the Grand Marquis. The Mercury Grand Marquis.
Till next time, imagine yourself in a Mercury.
The call came in at 2:38 p.m. Group of girls not having fun.
Mumbly. First things first. Y'all need some fun nicknames.
Brittany and Forster Jones.
Yeah.
Susan, Sweet Music Home.
Sweet music.
You're gonna try trash talking, okay?
Come strong, don't come at all.
In your face.
In your face.
Oh, that's some fine trash.
How they feel?
Get it. Come on, don't bring it up.
They may not remember the messenger, but they'll remember the message.
Rico Hill, the player of the year in the Missouri Valley Conference. Illinois State dominated all year long, but their nemesis, Southwest Missouri State. The final from St. Louis coming up in a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Back here at Albany at the MAAC Championship. Dave Simpsonville Raftery, Iona has opened it up to a 79-67 lead for Tim Welch, the MAAC Coach of the Year for the second time. Siena Saints got to get on the board in a hurry here. Time is winding down. A little side pick and roll to get him to the lane. Brady, here's Cameron Messett. They're just playing the three-point shooters great till that little look, huh? And then Knapp drills a three, and they call timeout. 2:31 to go. Knapp with 14. So they don't go away. You mentioned score quickly. Little side pick and roll, turn the corner, knock down that three. Knapp on the money.
This is Imagine TV.
Brad, I brought you up here in my Mercury to tell you something.
Yes, Brittany.
I'm carrying your father's child.
Wouldn't that be me?
Exactly.
Oh, yes. That's nice.
Tricky?
Actually, no. It's a pretty smooth ride.
Till next time, imagine yourself in a Mercury.
Ah, the good old days of supermarket shopping. When nothing stood between you and your next meal. Nothing. But today, there are materials that help lock out harmful contaminants and reduce spoilage, keeping us safe and the food we eat fresh. Plastics make it possible. So now, the rest is history.
Missouri Valley Conference champions, Illinois State Redbirds, are flying high with league MVP Rico Hill. Tonight, Hill leads his troops against Southwest Missouri State in the championship game of the Missouri Valley Conference. Next.
Great time of the year, championship week here on ESPN. Presented by 7-Up. Here's your game reset. One timeout remaining for Siena. They're out of 20s, 13 team fouls. They were double bonus. And Iona, there's their numbers. Tim Welsh, great coach at Iona. He reflects on this huge season, 26-5 for his Gales.
I'm excited for our program and our college. It's been a long time since we've been in the NCAA tournament. It's been a long time since we've been in the MAAC championship. This has been a special group for me as a coach. We've won 26 games, and if you get to 26 wins, there's got to be some special things in that locker room, and there is. And hopefully our guys can take it one more step and really make it special.
It has been special indeed. The last time Iona was in the MAAC final was in 91. Lost to St. Peter's. Last time they were in the NCAA tournament in 85. Went to the big dance with Pat Kennedy, Lucian Loyola by a point. He's got 9 players play 10 or more minutes. He's a very humble guy, unassuming, third straight MAAC regular season. So you can see the great names, the luminaries. Jimmy V. And I was talking to Jeff Rulin before the game, of course, Pat Kennedy, about a game we played against Jimmy V and Jeff over in the Coliseum. And how the program got started in Jimmy's days. Everybody got excited about them getting the NCAA. Of course, Jimmy McDermott, one of the great coaches of all time. Richie Guerin, going back to that era. So it's been known mostly in the East, but they can compete with all of them. And there's the big guy. He'll take you down low and give you a little gas here and there, Dave. Terrific player. Rich Patricione says he's ready, too. Yeah. He feels that, you know, if
Tim were actively pursued and did decide, although he's not looking, he said, whatsoever, and he doesn't want him to leave, and he would feel very comfortable with a guy like Jeff taking over.
No-brainer. 1 out of 2 for McDonald. 10-point lead, 2:15 to go.
Quick hitters is what you're looking for. They got the pick and roll. They do the same thing. They're doing it again.
Faison, bounce it off his foot, but Freeney's there.
And they get his down screen to give him this look.
No, rebound. McDonald with the rebound. And he's going to break out of the pack. Now McDonald, nice pass to the hole on a foul.
And McDonald enjoyed the pass more than any of his shots all night. You love a guard that can count. He knew where everybody was. He's got one on his side advanced, and you give it up. You can see the negation there by Weber just a little bit late.
You bet.
How about Mitchell Phillip? Get those puppies moving.
Mitchell with 3 points. 10-point lead for Iona, just under 2 minutes to play. And don't forget, coming up immediately following our game, the Missouri Valley Championship. It'll be Southwest Missouri State against Illinois State. Some of the Siena fans starting to reach for the car keys here in Albany. I tell you what, we've seen some great guard play in our time here during these MAAC championships. Mike Frensley for St. Peter's. You had Tracy Bergen for Loyola.
And some great performances.
Randy Woods a few years ago for LaSalle. Knapp had it taken away.
Good, solid defense all night long by Iona.
And Knapp gives the foul, stops the clock with 1:41 to go, and the Iona fans starting to whoop it up.
Tariq Kersey with the reach in at the other end, got it going. It must be the shock, Dave. Timmy's got to start to feel a little more relaxed.
Fran Fischella, who's in the studio at ESPN, the only 1 seed to win in this tournament in Racing Vintage 5 years ago. Beat a Niagara Ball Club. I remember we were up here for that one. Matter of fact, that was the game we talked about, Franny and Jack Armstrong, Brooklyn neighbors. It was a
yeah, that's right. We had a lot of fun with them. And the thing about Franny, too, is they proved to the country that they could compete with the teams that had maybe the marquee type of name. And, of course, at St. John's this year, forget about it. Who's Louis Conisecca anyhow? Freddie's taking over. Dante's or any other place. Starting the pasta.
Starting to smile in New Rochelle, New York. 13-point lead for Iona.
The basketball season is heating up, and it's time to call Yankee Trails, your local sports connection, for some of the best games the NBA can offer. See Patrick Ewing and the New York Knicks as they take on the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Atlanta Hawks, or travel to Boston as the Celtics go up against the Rockets, Supersonics, and the Knicks. Yankee Trails also has your ticket to see rookie sensation Keith Van Horn and the New Jersey Nets as they do battle with the top teams of the NBA, including Alonzo Mourning and the Heat. From the opening quarter to the closing seconds, Yankee Trails has your ticket to excitement.
That's right, Lauren, and we'll guarantee you $1,500 for any vehicle you want to trade on great pre-owned cars like a Dodge Stratus, a Ford Taurus, a Chevy Lumina, a Ford Escort, a Dodge Neon, and a Plymouth Voyager for just $79.95. You know what to do. Pick up that phone and give it a call. 235-7700. Ken Goey.
What a guy!
Southwest Missouri State took its lumps early, a 6-12 start against the big boys. They are on a roll now. They'll take on Illinois State for the championship of the Missouri Valley Conference minutes away. Guys?
Thank you, Chris. And here's a sign that says it all for Iona fans. Somewhere Jimmy V's watching, and you know he's smiling.
He sure is. The tradition lives. I'm sure Timmy's dad is having a ball, too.
Jerry Welch?
Yeah, Jerry very proud. Classy dad and classy son.
Jerry won some Division III national championships at Potsdam State.
I think Mike Dean was his first grade player, too.
How about that?
Former Siena coach now. Doing a great job at Marquette.
It's a family thing, too, because there's Knapp. Had to give it up.
And that's what's been going on all night. Not giving him a good
Taken away by McDonald. He's the star. Mitchell ahead. Nice illusion right there. Good job.
Not intentional like that. You think he lost it a little?
I think that was intentional.
Okay.
I think he saw him. I give him credit for it.
Okay.
Freeney. And that arrow
faces Iona. So 15-point lead and growing for Iona.
And Paul Hewitt just doing the same things he's done all year long, getting guys in, rotating people. Just a marvelous season for him. And starting to sink in a little bit. You know, you got that hit in your stomach when somebody kicked you. And give it right away. And this will end up large numbers, and people will say, well, that wasn't much fun, but they gave it, despite the inability to make threes.
6 for 25. Led the MAAC, but fell way off the table tonight. And as you mentioned, terrific coverage by Iona. As soon as those three-point shooters are ready to tee it up.
Well, you play twice. You look at tape all year long. It's still reacting to situations. And they stepped out on the line, and not big-time inside presence either.
Right.
So you can gamble a little bit more.
And Hamid, he got off to a good start. He and Kirksey got off to terrific starts early in the game. It continues here with 71 seconds to go. Preston knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Siena ball.
Little disappointment, but I'll tell you what, he's going to beat a lot of people before he's finished. Nice.
That's the freshman.
Nice understanding of the game, great ability to quick release.
Well, McDonald all over Faison. He's done a good job. Freeney, runner in the lane. No, and up high for the rebound with Hamid. So 52 on the clock. Hamid will go to the line. This Iona headed towards its 27th win of the season against only 5 losses. The top seed. A rarity in the MAAC tournament. The top seed is going to win the championship.
We've witnessed a few upsets in this building. This one's more to form. Hey, I didn't notice Tim mentioning it all. The crowd here, unfair, inequitable.
Got to go to Chris Fowler. Chris, what do you have?
Well, Dave, the 8th automatic bid will go to Iona. Number 9 tonight will go to the winner of the Missouri Valley Conference. They are just underway at the Kiel Center. Illinois State is the top seed. They're still alive, but Southwest Missouri State beat them twice. We'll get you to Ron Franklin and Jimmy Dykes when you guys are done. Dave?
All right, thank you, Chris. Final 48 to go here in Albany.
Nice play.
Faison with the bucket. They're out of times out. Faison plays on. They're just backing it up there. Yep. But it has been a terrific, magnificent, in fact, year for Siena. 17 and 11. Picked 9th. They finished as the 3rd seed and get all the way to the MAAC championship game for the first time.
And how about the bench over there, huh?
But a bigger story for Iona. The Gales about to go to the NCAA tournament. There's no doubt about it. The first trip since 1985.
And watch out, too. They got some players, got a heck of a staff.
Brady hits the bucket.
They could make some noise.
Yes, indeed. And there it is. The Iona Gales are champions of the Metro Atlantic Conference Championship. Gales celebrating, going over to offer their congratulations to the Siena Saints. Siena Saints with a good year under first-year coach Paul Hewitt. Tim Welch, 2-time Coach of the Year in the MAAC. After 2 disappointments, they were the 1 seed in 96 and lost in the semis in the MAAC and lost in the quarters in 97. For Bill Raftery, I'm Dave Sims. Thanks for joining us here at the MAAC. Coming up, the Missouri Valley Championship coming your way. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Let's Skip Chris Fowler in our ESPN studios. Good night from Albany.
Dave, thank you. Congratulations to the Gales. It'll be the Redbirds or the Bears with that next automatic hit in the Missouri Valley Conference. Well, the early lead for Southwest Missouri State until the three-pointer by Dan Muller. We'll get you right out to St. Louis after this.
Still using zero to call people collect?
Hello?
Stop! It's expensive. What to do? Dial 1-800-COLLECT. Dialing 1-800-COLLECT saves the people you call lots of money.
Hello? Hi, Grandma.
A regular collect call that costs $6.75 costs only $2.89 with 1-800-COLLECT.
What a deal! It's so easy.
Dial 1-800-COLLECT today and save.
A thought for those of you married to your job. Every once in a while, have a fling with your wife.